And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to present the grand prize winners in this year's competition. Those components that, in the eyes of this year's judges, have achieved the highest level of excellence in the design of a powder metallurgy component. The grand prize in the automotive engine category goes to Capstan Incorporated and its customer Jacobs Vehicle Systems, a division of Danaher, for a PM steel manifold assembled with a solenoid into the valve train of a heavy-duty diesel I6 truck engine. The part assists with the activation of the Jake brake system inside the engine cylinder head during the exhaust cycle, reducing horsepower and performing a braking action to slow the vehicle. Made to a minimum density of 6.7 grams per cubic centimeter, the manifold has a minimum yield strength of 50,000 psi and an ultimate tensile strength of 60,000 psi. Its complex design features include the variation in thickness levels and cylindrical radius. Secondary operations include machining the solenoid bore and 2 portholes. The PM process provided an estimated 20% cost reduction over the alternative casting process. ASCO Sintering Company has earned the grand prize in the hardware appliances category for a lock-set retractor assembly made for Best Access Systems Stanley Security Solutions. The assembly functions as the heart of the mechanism in a heavy-duty door lock-set system. Its 3D puzzle design, using 2 identical halves, was conceived to accommodate various functional force transfer modes and geometry requirements. This design enabled the development of a pick-and-place green stage assembly that eliminated a riveting sub-assembly line, saving the customer more than $250,000 a year. The single-jaw design easily withstands the required 500-pound force load to the jaws and a 100-pound axial pull. Made to a net shape, the assembly has a density of 6.7 grams per cubic centimeter, a 60,000 psi tensile strength, a 125,000 psi transverse rupture strength, and a fatigue limit of 23,000 psi. FMS Corporation and its customer Team Industries have earned the Lawn and Garden Off-Highway Grand Prize for an assembly of 5 complex PM steel parts, 2 shift forks, 2 sector gears, and park pawl that go into an all-terrain vehicle transmission. The sector gears have AGMA Class 6 splines. 4 of the parts are made from PM sinter-hardened steel to a density of 7.2 grams per cubic centimeter, and they have a minimum ultimate tensile strength of 110,000 psi. 1 sector gear, a net shape, is made from 4300 steel and has a tensile strength of 160,000 psi and a 30 HRC minimum hardness. The other parts require only minimal machining. Choosing PM parts over machined ones yielded the customer an estimated 60% savings. Flomet LLC has won the Hand Tools Recreation category grand prize for a 316L stainless steel compressed air nozzle made for Sylvant AB in Sweden. Fabricated via the MIM process, the hollow nozzle consists of top and bottom halves, molded separately, which, after debinding, are sintered together into one piece. The nozzle's design required that airflow capacity be tightly controlled to ensure optimum use of compressed air, and at the same time complying with U.S. and European Union machine device noise regulations. It can withstand high ambient temperatures and corrosive environments and meets the hygienic requirements of the food processing industry. The complex part has a density of more than 7.6 grams per cubic centimeter, an ultimate tensile strength of 75,000 psi, a yield strength of 25,000 psi, and a 50% elongation. After sintering, the seams where the 2 sections join together are laser welded for a leak-free seal. Advanced Materials Technologies Private Limited in Singapore has won the grand prize in the Electrical Electronic Components category for a 17.4 pH stainless steel MIM flagstaff nose or EMI nose shield, which serves as an external connector for a high-performance fiber optic module. The part has a density of 7.5 grams per cubic centimeter, a tensile strength of 130,000 psi, a yield strength of 106,000 psi, an 8% elongation, and a 27 HRC as-sintered hardness. The intricate one-piece design would have been virtually impossible to produce by any manufacturing process other than metal injection molding. Secondary operations are limited to coining on the two latches and a 0.5 micron gold coating for appearance and corrosion resistance. Specifying MIM gave the customer an estimated 40% cost savings. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the grand prize winners in the 2009 International PM Design Excellence Awards competition. Please join with us in welcoming them to the stage as we invite them to receive their awards.